What started with the top 24 professional bowlers of 2019 is now, after 8 weeks, down to its final 4. It's the semifinal round of the PBA Playoffs. Former PBA Player of the Year Sean Rash takes on 10-time PBA titleist, the real deal, Bill O'Neill. And 2-time major champion Anthony Simonsen squares off against playoff surprise Kris Prather. Who will advance for a chance to win $100,000? We find out next, live on Fox. Rooftop tailgating in play today in Portland, and plenty of playoff activity going on across the sporting landscape right now. That includes the PBAs. We welcome you to Championship Weekend as we conclude the months-long PBA Playoffs. Live 2-hour semifinal coverage coming your way right now on Fox. Tomorrow, our championship match coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern. Welcome inside the iconic Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. As always, a tremendous crowd and atmosphere behind us. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson, the future Hall of Famer, Jason Belmonte, the man with Hall of Fame hair, Kyle Troop, joining us on set today and tomorrow. The build-up to this event really began back in January with the opening tournament of the season, won by Bill O'Neill, who will be in our second match, and all of it building up, Randy, to some bowling history.
It's been all about history on Fox this season, and more history in store for us this weekend with the inaugural PBA Playoffs. You know, money talks, Rob. Guys, you know that. You're still bowling for a living. And no disrespect to the majors, but this is the biggest prize fund on the PBA Tour since 2011. 13 grueling tournaments just to get your spot. Top 24 into this event. We're down to the final 4. And oh, by the way, throw this venue in the mix. You got yourselves a real deal tournament.
Randy, yeah, this venue I think really makes this event. The playoffs, the big money, the crowd here in Portland, Maine. We all love it. I think this atmosphere really brings the excitement and it adds to the 100,000. And it's a big thing, and it's going to be an exciting show.
Yeah, I'd like to get some heart monitors on the boys out there right now, because sitting here, I'm feeling it. So I can only imagine what the boys down on the lanes are going to be feeling like once the ball starts rolling down the lane.
A little bit later today in the broadcast, 2 future Hall of Famers, Sean Rash and Bill O'Neill, will battle. But we begin with 2 real up-and-comers. Kris Prather, the only player to advance to the semifinals without receiving a bye. He takes on the highest seed left, Anthony Simonsen. And Kris Prather, back in the round of 8, swept your #1 seed, the world #1, the living legend. That's you, Jason.
Yeah,
what have you seen? Yeah, you're welcome. What have you seen from Prather's game over the course of last season and what he's been able to do this campaign?
Look, this is Kris's breakout year. I mean, winning the Scorpion Championship at the World Series of Bowling, getting his first win on the table. I think it's going to be an avalanche of championship wins for Kris. What impresses me most about his game, the touch at the bottom of the swing. He has the versatility of anyone else out here on tour. He can play them straight, he can loft the left gutter, and anywhere in between. I think on top of all of that, now winning, and obviously getting here to the final 4, there's a bounce in his step, there's a confidence in his tone of voice. I think he's going to be incredibly hard to beat this week, and if you do happen to get a chance to beat him, you better make sure you take that opportunity.
All of that, and now he's got a lot of confidence to go with it.
Let's talk about Anthony Simonsen, the youngest to win 2 majors. You used to room with him back when he was a teenager. Boy, the progression from this young man in a short time has really been impressive.
It's crazy to see Anthony grow up as a kid, as a bowler, as a man himself. His maturity level has increased tremendously this year, and I think he's a killer on the lanes. You know, the secret, the low down, he's my pick to win the event. I think he handles the big moment very well. He has a lot of confidence, and I'm looking forward to the two of the hottest bowlers on the tour towing off one head-to-head.
I mean, what's so amazing when I watch Anthony Simonsen is he's only 22 years old. He was the youngest player to ever win the Masters at age 19, and then the youngest player to ever win 2 majors. It's just incredible, and it's something that you don't see every day, especially on our tour.
My only concern for Anthony is because he is a risk taker, he likes to be extremely creative on the lane. Sometimes he can be a little too creative. So hopefully today, I hope that he has a very simple game plan and executes that perfectly.
For more on those two, we go downside to the lanes. Kimberly Presley.
Thanks, Rob. So interesting story about Kris Prather. A year ago, he was debating on whether or not he's good enough to continue touring here at the PBA. So he set a goal for himself to make a show, and he exceeded that expectation this season when he won his first ever PBA Tour title. And now he finds himself in the Final Four. So I asked Kris, who normally practices daily, what was your preparation coming into today? And he said he didn't want to be too excited, so he went fishing with his wife instead of practicing. Ironically, Simonsen, who normally doesn't practice at all, put in extra hours of practice. So two very different approaches to today.
All right, Kimberly, thank you. We take a look at our format as it's been throughout the PBA playoffs. It is a race to 2 points. You get that first point by winning game 1. If you win game 2, you've got your 2 points. You're off to tomorrow's championship match. But if we're tied after 2 games, what do we have, Randall?
I think it's a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, isn't it?
We love a good roll-off. Simonsen was forced to advance via roll-off back in the round of 16 and the round of 8. Up first, there's Kris Prather. Oh, Prather will take a seat. Simonsen is the first man up.
Just got juked by Simonsen.
You like that? Too early to get juked.
Right? We're just getting started.
We haven't even had a commercial break and somebody's giving me the business. Oh, listen to the crowd ready for toss number 1 from Simonsen. Stupid 10-pin left standing.
You know,
worst pin in the business.
We've had this discussion in great lengths about the 10-pin, but I thought what was interesting was what Jason Belmonte said about Simonsen going with a game plan and committing. He's going with urethane early.
Chanting, pick it up. And that's what he does. Nice to get that first frame out of the way. All these people on top of you.
Just trying to keep your feet underneath you, and Simonsen does a nice job of converting the 10-pin.
Here's Kris Prather, and the shark chants have begun. Again, the 10-pin defiant.
And 2 completely different 10-pins. You had the weak 10 on the left lane from Simonsen. That was a ringing 10 by Kris Prather. The difference is the second pin to the right, the 6-pin. Look at it. This one wraps around the 10, and that is a ringing 10. You leave enough of those, the next thing that's going to be ringing is the ball return after your foot is embedded in it.
Take a look at our oil pattern today, Randy. It's the Don Carter.
Yeah, named after one of the finest gentlemen the tour has ever known. Don Carter, 39 feet in length, and you can see right now the players are playing very straight between first and second arrow. The biggest difference, we went from the east side of the center to the brand new west side. It's a completely different synthetic. Once they dry up, you'll see the players move in and open up this oil pattern. But this surface plays much slicker because there's less friction.
West Side Story today and tomorrow live on Fox. Right of target by a lot.
One, 2, 4, 10 as this ball hydroplanes all the way down the lane. Looked like it was right of target. Kris is trying to stay firm.
This is only converted 19% of the time.
I didn't know I had to do that. Thought you guys were going to reset it.
Apparently, Kris Prather fouled on that shot. It'll be 0. I did not hear the foul light go off, although you can't hear anything in this building.
No, but it's still playing in his head, Randy. You can see it. And another 10 left standing.
So it'll be 9 out for Prather.
Let's take a look at the foul here.
Yes, sir.
Toe on the line.
Yep. The good news is that you have to win 2 points to advance. So, and we've seen it throughout the entire playoffs, Rob. You have one bad game, that's all right. Figure something out, get back in it, and win in a roll-off.
Yeah, we're still looking for our first strike here. Again, our final four rolled on the east side of this fantastic structure here in Portland, Maine. Completely different lanes. I mean, we talked to everybody. We talked to Kyle Troop and Jason Belmonte, who are joining us on set all weekend long, and they said you might as well move from a completely different center to another.
It's exactly right. It's the same exact oil pattern, playing completely different.
Come on, take your time. No rush. No rush, come on.
Simonsen with the lead, set to start the third.
Wow. Using two different urethane balls, still looking for his first strike. This time, a ring 10 on the left.
Kyle Troop, Jason Belmonte joining us, guys. The difference between the east side and the west side here at Bayside.
Yeah, the difference is it's two different bowling centers, like you said, Rob. They're a lot slicker over here. You're going to see more back-end reaction. I think the two lanes are a little different as well, but it's a completely different tournament for the guys, and it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to it.
Yeah, I also think that with Anthony throwing urethane, it is going to cause a little havoc, but I also think Kris's ball choice is going to cause a little havoc for Anthony. Being that Kris is throwing reactive, he's going to take a little more oil off the fronts as well. It's going to force Anthony to move a little further left, but that urethane ball is going to carry a little oil down, which is going to cause that ring 10, flat 10 reaction. We're going to see how Kris comes back after that second frame foul, but there's plenty of time in this match for him to get back into it.
Still without a strike today. Prather over there on lane number 3, Kyle Troop. And what's the hook difference between these two lanes that you've seen through the course of warm-ups and practice and just through history bowling here?
Yeah, normally we see more back-end reaction over here just because of the newer lane surface. It's a little cleaner through the front, but we're seeing here both guys going with a lot straighter game plan, one urethane, one resin, and they're really struggling with the carry right now, so they might have to change angles throughout this game, and hopefully they make the right adjustments.
Do one of these lanes hook more than the other?
Yeah, well, talking to all the players, the left lane, number 2, hooks considerably more. Also talking to some of the ball reps, they believe that the right lane, there is a panel down lane that it's kind of a little bit more uphill, if that makes any sense. So that's one of the reasons why you're going to see the left lane hook a little more than the right lane, because of that installation of that panel, and also because of that right lane and how much traction there is to the outside part of the lane. You can see that ball there just picked up perfectly. I don't think that happens exactly the same on the right lane.
And just to revisit his second frame on that lane, the lane he just struck on. When you foul, you get 0 for that shot. He left the washout. He had to reset it, put up a full rack. His next shot, he left that flat 10. So it's 9 out. Unfortunately, he gets 0 because he was working on a spare. So it was 10 in the first frame, 9 out, gives him 19 in the second.
And let's not forget that Kris just changed ball for that strike. His original game plan was to play a little straighter, but now he's opening the lane up a little bit with that ball change. So we're going to see a slightly different strategy.
Simonsen still without a strike this afternoon. Highest seed left, number 4. Race to 2 points. Simonsen still up 17.
And Rob, we talked about the differences between the east side and the west side. We never saw a player use urethane over on the east side.
Simonsen from Little Elm, Texas, just asked for a re-rack. Just 22 years old.
We're better than those.
Haven't seen a strike from Simonsen yet. There's a strike percentage at the playoffs so far, 59%. There's your strike. Oh, he needed that. The smiles come out for the Lumberjack.
Had to get it sooner or later, right?
He's like, hey, finally. You know, we had this discussion about his nickname, you know.
Right.
The Lumberjack.
So they call him here. There's a sign somewhere floating around. It's not up right now. They call him Juice Box here in Portland. It's a great name. And the reason is because when he first started bowling here at 19, he was too young to drink, so game of Juice Box. Prather back-to-back jacks.
Well, he's made a ball change, and he's moved in, and he's shaping it a little bit more. So please continue. The jukebox story is fascinating.
Yeah, so they call him Juice Box, right? Because when they first met him, he was too young to drink.
Yeah.
I, however, like to call him the Lumberjack.
Right.
My kids enjoy it.
Yeah.
He's got that Lumberjack look, but there's certain people in Portland who aren't fans of that nickname because
of the Portland Lumberjacks.
Yes.
And Anthony's not on that team.
Correct.
Look out. Oh, wow, that was
3 in a row.
beautiful. And guess who just took the lead? Wow, what a comeback for Kris Prather.
An open frame in the second after a foul, and now the Shark is circling Simonsen, looking for the comeback here in game number 1. PBA on Fox is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Standing room only crowd here in Portland, Maine at Bayside Bowl as the 2019 PBA Playoffs continue. This is the semifinals a little bit later today. Bill O'Neill will take on Sean Rash. We're going to hear from Bill O'Neill in just a moment. Anthony Simonsen, a good look at his fat head there. Not that he's a fat head, it's just a fat head.
Wow, really? Really?
I just had to make some fat heads for my kids who are graduating elementary school in a couple weeks, yes. Here's the Lumberjack, Simonsen, in the 6th. Working off a strike.
He was talking to his ball reps during the break, Jim Callahan and Tim Mack, and they were telling him that it's almost time to move in with reactive resin and start hooking it.
Simonsen cleans that one up a little bit later today. We mentioned Sean Rash will take on Bill O'Neill. Bill on the set right now with Jason Belmonte.
Yeah, here I am with Bill O'Neill, mate. It's been your best season since 2010. One of the things, or one of the reasons why I think that is you're incredibly clever with lane play and your decision. So based off what you're seeing out there today, do you have a strategy in mind already?
Yeah, I'm going to play him a little bit straighter, I think. I think that Anthony's idea is right, but I can't use urethane. It's not for me. So I'm going to be in that same kind of area, maybe a little bit left, but with a much stronger ball and trying to throw a little harder.
Do you think that there's going to be any chances for you to potentially actually move in and get left and curve it a little bit? Is that something that you are considering?
It's an option. I have balls ready to do it, but I don't think it's going to be good for me. I don't think the lanes are going to transition that much. We're only bowling 2 games. We don't get a lot of practice. So I don't foresee it, but it's an option if need be.
And how are you feeling? How's the heart feeling right now?
I feel great. You know, and it feels really good to be here with you while you're in a suit. This is a much different thing for me, you know. So I like you better in a suit than with bowling clothes on.
Yeah, don't get used to it, all right? Yeah. Don't get used to it.
In case you guys can't tell, Billy and Jason, good, deep, long-time friends, roommates on the tour as well. O'Neill, Rash, that one coming up next. I'd love to see those two giving each other a little stick. Prather, make it a hambo!
Yeah. And it must be tough for the tour consultants because it's the same 2 guys for both of these players. But they need to tell something to Simonsen. He needs to make the change because Prather, while coming on strong late with a 4-bagger, Simonsen's left 4 10-pins in the first 7 frames.
That's why Prather, despite that open frame, remember had that foul on his first shot in the second, has that 14-pin lead.
Rob, that's like 2 open frames because you get 0 on the spare and then you don't convert, so it's like 2 opens in 1 frame.
There's blood in the water, 5 in a row.
Somebody's chumming.
There's Kris's wife, Ashley. You saw her briefly. Haven't even been married a year.
Kris was telling us on his 1-year anniversary later in September, he will be bowling in Thailand. She has signed off on that one. All right, let's see if the Lumberjack has made a change. Simonsen.
There it is. I'm going to get some strike track numbers to tell you how many boards he's moved in, but that was over the 24th board at the Arrows. He was going kind of 8 to 8, 9 to 9. So the simple math is that's a good 15 boards to the left.
15 board change.
Yeah. His break point was actually a little bit right of where it was when he was going straight with urethane.
Can max out with the 225, has yet to pair strikes together. He's down 24 as we begin the foundation frame ninth. Again, a race to 2. 1 point to the winner of this match. They will meet again once this one is done. Oh boy, that was a real dud.
On the left lane that hooks more than the right lane, and that one goes right through the nose. The only trouble spot now for Simonsen is that he doesn't get another shot on this left lane unless he just throws another strike ball and disregards the 4-6-7.
What would you advise him to do?
I would move left off of that and throw a strike ball. It's exactly what he did. And that overhooked.
Prather has all but wrapped up our first match here. Again, the winner of the first game gets a point. Winner of the second game also gets a point. You get 2 points. We move on to tomorrow's title match. If we are tied after 2 games, we've got that roll-off to earn that final point. A sharp, a really ugly start to this one with that foul in the second. And then found his game, 10-pin, resilient.
I mean, look how much straighter Kris Prather is going than Anthony Simonsen, and they're both using the same bowling ball. And that sometimes is the disadvantages of not using your thumb. It's hard to reduce rep rate. Kris Prather, Bill O'Neill, Sean Rash. Using that thumb, much easier to slow down the revolutions of the bowling ball.
Again, Simonsen, the only two-hander left in our 4 finalists. Lead at 39. We go to the 10th.
Do you like the nickname Shark Kent?
I do. That locks it up. Prather takes the first point. Able to overcome a disastrous start, and then he rolls over your 4 seed, Anthony Simonsen. So point number 1 to Prather. The battle for that second point comes up next here live on Fox. Prather, the rally, drops Simonsen. Their second game is next. Final numbers, 217 to 179, a 38-pin win for Kris Prather. He had 5 strokes in a row, frames 4 through 8, where he was able to retake the lead and eventually pull away from Simonsen. In this week's Go Bowling with Randy segment, Randy is going to explain the difference and how the pros release the ball compared to how most of the amateurs do it, my friend.
Well, Rob, you know, I say it a lot, and especially in my teachings around the world, how pros work the inside part of the ball and amateurs work the outside part. You can see that this release on the left of your screen is what Kris Prather likes to do. The one on the right is what we typically see in our coaching and our teachings with amateurs. And you can see the difference in rotation as the ball goes down the lane. So the shot on the right is early turn, it's left of target, and it goes through the nose. Look how beautiful the reaction is on the left side of your screen. That's where Kris is working the inside part of the bowling ball. And let me just say this, it took Kris 4 or 5 takes to actually get his hand far enough on the side of the ball.
Right, well, he's not an amateur. Those amateur days are long gone, but remember, we were talking about it. This is a young man that last year, he told us was make or break. Last year, either I make a show or I have a chance to win a title. Otherwise, I am no longer full-time on the tour.
Right.
He made 3 shows last year, and he is in the midst of his 100% coming out year.
Yeah.
Right now.
And one other side note, he has yet to lose a game in this tournament.
Correct. Took care of Darren Tang in the first round, swept your 8 seed Tom Doherty, my frenemy, and then stunned Jason Belmonte, the number 1 seed in the round of 8.
And then won game 1 here.
Woo! Little hip check into the pit.
Yeah. One of the few players that doesn't use a spare ball and just uses his hand position and wrist to flatten out the same ball he uses for a strike ball. But check out how close this is. What do you call that, Rob?
Putting on the skinny jeans,
There
baby.
you
That
go.
one was tight.
There you go.
All right, juice box / lumberjack / Anthony Simonsen up. There we go. Boy, he needed a start like that here in game number 2.
Yeah, but the big question mark is the left lane, which hooks more. And it's going to be interesting to see what Anthony does when he makes the move over there. But yeah, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Anthony Simonsen, playing a lot of angle, but he kicks the 10 out. Last game, he led 5 10-pins. Different ball on the left lane, Rob.
On that left lane. Leaves the 10.
I mean, that is just a lot of hook. A lot of friction.
Yeah, he's looking for help, isn't he?
Yeah. So he went to a less aggressive bowling ball on that lane, and it still went high.
Able to get that 4 to drop late, though. That's a big help to him. Asking him to clean your plate. And he does. Oh, do you hear it, Randy?
I do.
You hear the music?
I do. I love it.
There's summertime. Is there something in the water? Should I be?
Yeah.
Should I be going out in the water?
You go in the water?
Is it safe out there? Is there a shark?
Sharks in
circling?
the water. It's a good shot.
Seriously, 10-pin. What is your problem today? I like when people on social media bark at me about me complaining about the 10-pin. They're like, well, you should be yelling at the 6-pin because the 6-pin should have been doing its job to take care of the 10-pin. I don't care. You're right. You're 100% right. I don't care.
Okay, what about
the 10-pin is my enemy.
What about when it's a messenger and the head pin comes flying across and misses?
Again, it's the 10. The 10-pin should have been there.
It's not always the 6-pin.
Right. Good point. Let's take a look at today's Columbia 300 fun fact. Heading into today's semifinals, 8 of the 20 matches, that's 40% in this year's inaugural PBA playoffs, have been won by the lower seed. And Kris Prather, your 9 seed, is the lowest seed left here of our 4 semifinalists. Coming up next, your 6 seed Sean Rash taking on 7 seed Bill O'Neill. It's 2 guys with parallel career paths. Kimberly's going to have more on that in a little bit. Your job! Get in the pit, 10!
Well, we just talked about it's not always about the 6-pin. It's not always about you, 6-pin. This time, it's about the head pin.
Headbutts it at the ankles. Drops the 10-pin. Strike for the Shark. So 9 spare strike for Prather. Simonsen on the right lane. He seems to have found his comfort zone there-ish.
We'd have a fan at every other event. There's no fan here. It'd be nice to be able to get some air.
He is hot. You saw it on his forehead in match number 1. He's feeling the heat of these TV lights.
Yeah, he looked at his hand coming back.
Sweat.
coming back off of that shot, and you know, right now he's got a lot of sweat going on, and it's hot up here in the booth, it's hot down there on the lanes, and it's hot in the building, and but it's the same for everyone.
It's June, man. Simonsen, second place at the Jonesboro Open in early March. Lost to Norm Duke. What a season Norm Duke has put together, huh? My
Amazing.
goodness.
Standing in front of the bar return now.
Gets them all to drop.
It's not over yet.
No way.
Hey, man, you just got to fight through it. Forget about the fact that it's hot. Maybe you're not really digging your ball reaction, but you got to dig in and fight for every single pin. There's $100,000 on the line.
Big breath from Prather. Bartender!
Make it a double! He also made a ball change on that right lane, Rob. You can see just how much straighter the ball reaction is on that right lane being a little slicker. And very, well, how about no emotion after that double? Either way, ball.
Messenger! 3 in a row. Oh, he's dialed in now.
Same ball in both lanes, and this time he's asking for that ball to go. Push, hold your line, hold your head. Go, go. Yeah! And right now, I wouldn't want to be his left hand, but what a huge break working on a double, tripping the 9 late.
Simonsen working on his first pair of this encounter. Trying for 2 in a row here in the 5th. Trying to match the energy Prather's brought. And he gets them to go.
Let me get a little love down there. Let me get a little love. Come on.
Well, you heard him say, let me get a little bit of love. Let me get some love down there. Boy, he sure got it, and he needed it.
Now the left lane, though. He did strike last time up on the left. But you get the sense the way he plays the left is going to dictate whether he can get back into this match or not.
I'm scared with both lanes for him. I mean, the right lane is so long and loopy. This lane hooks.
Got him!
No, sir, not that easy. It's not going to be that easy.
Where's my juice box?
Come on, he's not
I want my juice box.
Man. That's freebie the first game. Come on.
Oh, we got a good one brewing, man. I don't think juice boxes are going to be able to handle game number 2 between Simonsen and Prather. The Shark just a few frames away from locking up a title berth, but Simonsen isn't going anywhere. Welcome back to Portland. Tiger Woods returns to Pebble Beach, the site of his most dominant major win, while Brooks Koepka looking to make history, Randy. He attempts to capture that 3rd straight championship. The U.S. Open begins June 13th on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app. I know you're going to be watching that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite events.
Take a look at the scoreboard here in game number 2. Prather with a win would advance to tomorrow's final and be in line for that $100,000 payday. But Simonsen starting to figure things out. Prather getting all kinds of pin action, though, here in game number 2.
I know that was your favorite. And a nice break, get that messenger, and then the trip 9 late. was his last shot in the 5th. You got to have that. You got to have that.
Prather working on 3-bagger as we close out the 6th.
So if he gets another strike, what would that be called?
I'll tell you in a moment.
Okay. You just broke your pen on the monitor.
It's a really good pen, too.
I can't believe you just chucked your pen at the monitor. Just because it's another 10 pin.
No, because of the 10 pin.
Right. I get it. Here's another pen for you. What a beautiful shot this is out of commercial break. You can see that right in between 2nd and 3rd arrow for Prather, and just a monster ringing 10. Gives Simonsen a little bit of breathing room.
Correct.
Make sure I get it there.
Coming up next, Bill O'Neill versus Sean Rash, and Sean standing by on the set with Kyle Troop.
Yes, here live with Sean Rash himself. So, Sean, I know you both were big money before. You've had a lot of success doing it. So how are the nerves? How are you feeling right now going into the next match?
Yeah, the nerves have been pretty calm until about an hour ago. It's game day, right? It's you're an athlete. You're supposed to be nervous. If you're not human. So, yeah, the nerves are going. Once we start throwing some shots, I'll probably be a little bit better off. But the hands are sweaty, the stomach's going, the knees are shaking. Just trying to practice and get loose.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not feeling the nerves, then I don't think your heart's pumping right now. So.
No, not at all. Not with this atmosphere. I mean, they bring it every week. They've been great for us for years to come now, and I just can't wait to get out there.
Well, Sean, best of luck. I see you have your family here. That's great. Best of luck, like I said, and we look forward to the show.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yep.
All right, guys, thank you. Prather. Another spare. By the way, it's great to have Belmo and Troop join us.
Yeah.
But it's still very off-putting for me to see Kyle in a suit.
It just doesn't look
It's not right. I can't wrap my head around it.
No.
He needs to be in something neon-y.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably not a flame retardant outfit.
Yeah. One piece or two?
Holy, of course he's in a onesie.
Right.
That's how he bowls. He bowls in a onesie. We know that.
All I know is when the 4 of us were on set, it finally happened. I had the worst hair. Needed it. Big shot for Simonsen. Looking to even things up. Every one of Simonsen's matches thus far has gone to a roll-off. With Rhino Page and with Andres Gomez. And Anthony Simonsen looking to tie this up. He talked to his tour consultants during the break and said, I'm going to move a board right on that right lane. He made the move. It was the perfect adjustment. Instead of going light, it's flush.
Simonsen can now max out with a 149. Prather can max at a 147.
You mean 249 and 247?
I'm sorry, 249, 247.
Yeah, because 149 and 147.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Not good, and they're essentially already dead. Oh, he's dialed in now, huh? He is dialed in now. Drops the nickel.
He's dialed in. He's got to finish on that left lane. The question is, how many more shots will that ball reaction hold up for?
Right. Prather took the first game, earned the first point. Simonsen must win here to force that roll-off. Otherwise, it's Prather, who's up now, off to tomorrow's title match. Oh, that looks so smooth, so clean.
Max score 269 for Simonsen. Prather
247.
247 if he strikes out. Nice shot there on the right lane. Down 22, can cut it to 12.
He's got that calm confidence, but he can erupt. Didn't get it to go enough this time. He was able to urge it on a few frames ago, but not here.
You're being very calm right now.
I can't yell at the 10-pin all day. Although, yes, now that I see the replay, I'm extra annoyed.
Last time you didn't yell at it. You broke the monitor. They had to replace the monitor because of the same hit. A ring and 10.
That's 10-pin gets what it deserves there. I'd love to see it when the angry spare ball comes out and they just throw the heater at the 10.
Yeah, but they all do that. They all throw it fast and straight at the single pin spares, especially the 10-pin. And you're right. I think at times they give it a little extra.
Simonsen up 22. Here's his effort in the 9th. 5 in a row. Looking to crack open a 6-pack. He's out of re-racks.
Well, strike here, he'll be in the 240s, and that'll pretty much end it because now Prather can only max out at 227. Oh, that looked inside. Did it delayed? Oh, my! Look at him looking at the lane.
Yeah, they're still down.
No, he's looking at. Wait, am I sure what just happened? That was inside a target, and it looked like it hit a puddle of oil. He's thinking, man, this is going to go high. Oh, it did. High flush. Yeah.
Look away, baby. Look away. 6 in a row.
We're going roll off. First time for Kris Prather in these playoffs. Third time for Anthony.
I think that plays into the thought process at all. Simonsen's so comfortable. Roll-off wins in the round of 16 and the round of 8.
I think it's about momentum now, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. And Simonsen has the momentum.
Stay with it, come on.
It's been a weird matchup of momentum, and it is official. Simonsen gets the win right now. So right now they're just kind of doing some recon, some research and development here on the lanes. But the way that Prather started, remember, had the foul in the 2nd frame in game number 1 and had that look on his face of despair. And there was some anger in him, able to rally and come back and really get a surprising win after that hole that he dug himself.
Yep.
And this guy, Simonsen, was lost.
Right. And then
now he's found.
Well, remember, Simonsen started with urethane, then made the big move and decided to slow hook the entire lane. Prather's lived in the pocket pretty much this entire match. The biggest difference in this match is he hasn't been able to carry the 10-pin or the 4-pin. 1, 2, 3 10-pins and 2 4-pins have been the difference for Kris Prather in game number 2.
So Anthony done with the 247. The high score of the day.
You know, I think it's a huge advantage for Simonsen starting on the left lane.
How so?
Well, he only has 1 shot on that left lane, the 9th, and so the 9th and 10th frame roll-off, right? So he starts on that left lane, finishes with 3 shots potentially on the right lane. I think he has a better look and a better ball reaction on the right lane.
Roll-off time! Charlie Mitchell, co-proprietor here at Bayside Bowl.
We have a roll-off. Anthony Simonsen will begin a 9th, 10th frame roll-off on the left lane.
Charlie's the man who held the bell. Got some assistance from a local. 9th and 10th frame roll-offs. More pins, you move on to tomorrow's title match. You can max out with the 60. If we're tied, it becomes a 1-ball roll-off. Simonsen up first, on the left.
Yeah!
Perfect!
That's right, baby!
We mentioned a little thing about momentum, and it's all Simonsen's direction right now. That ball went high like I expected it would.
Yeah! That's right, baby!
And he trips the 4-7-10 lane. Prather's been slaughtering the pocket, and all he has to show for it is 9 every other ball. Max score 60. Remember that, folks. Now, Prather sets the table. Whatever he does, Simonsen has to better it by 1. If Prather strikes out, we have the possibility of going to another roll-off.
So Prather up first here. He will leave the score down. That must be topped.
Great shot again by Kris Prather. Simonsen's got to match it. Remember the last shot that Simonsen threw on that right lane? He got it inside of target, and it just laid there for a perfect pocket strike. He came back a bit surprised at that. Now, Prather looking for 3 in a row.
Messenger will not hit the 10.
Another really good shot by Kris that results in another 10-pin. Simonsen needs the first 2 strikes on that right lane. Important here to make this.
Which he does. So Simonsen knows what he needs to do. And Prather can feel it.
If Simonsen does not strike on this first shot, Prather advances to the finals. Simonsen needs to throw the next 2, and he will advance. If he goes strike 9 spare, we'll go to a 1-ball roll-off. Got 100,000 reasons why you should be nervous right about now.
Missed it. Left the 7. Prather moves on.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Momentum. Back and forth, back and forth between these 2 camps here in the semis. Simonsen just stepping up and rolling out. Prather has got a shot at $100,000 tomorrow live here on Fox. 49-40 is how it'll go in the books. And the Shark has seen the Portland waters chummed up for weeks. His wife watching from the side. And the Plainfield, Illinois native moves on to tomorrow's title match. Kimberly Pressler standing by with the Shark.
Kris, that roll-off has this crowd on their feet. What a roller coaster of emotion for you today. Describe what you're feeling.
I have never been so nervous in my life. Like, I was nervous on my wedding day, but this tops all of it because it's just I can't even put it into words. Like, I'm surprised that I could shoot 210, 220, whatever. I'm shaking in my boots.
Well, you are now 1 step closer to $100,000. What do you think of that?
It's absolutely incredible. It's life-changing money for me and my wife. And honestly, every dollar's already accounted for. So, you know, I'm just trying to see how much money I can make for us.
Life-changing money, indeed. Congratulations on moving forward to the finals.
Thank you very much.
Kimberly, thank you. We'll have more on Prather's win in a moment and look forward to our second semifinal. Simonsen stepping up his second toss in this 2-ball roll-off. Needed a strike. Didn't get it. And Prather advances.
We welcome you back to Portland, Maine, our continuing live coverage of the PBA Playoffs. We are just 6 days away till the start of the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, coming your way live on Fox and FS1 from France. Alex Morgan, Carly Lloyd, Megan Rapinoe and the U.S. Women's National Team. They are your defending champs. They head to France looking to win that historic 4th World Cup. Every match live on Fox, FS1, and streaming on the Fox Sports app. Take a look at our bracket, and we have one of our finalists. Kris, Prather, your lowest seed left, has moved on as that number 9 seed. He just took care of Anthony Simonsen, courtesy of that 2-frame roll-off. Title match coming your way tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern, live right here on Fox. Rob, Randy, Jason, Kyle back here with you. Your thoughts on how that roll-off went down, Belmo?
Mate, it was electrifying. Kris threw 2 of the greatest shots he's probably ever thrown in the first and second shot. And it wasn't too bad on that 11th shot either. Just maybe a little light into the head pin, causing the flattish 10 pin. I think he really wanted that because I think he knew Anthony was going to his more favored lane, but I don't think Anthony got out of it the way that he wanted to. If he could have had that one back, he would have certainly have asked for another shot after seeing that ball go down the lane.
You know, I even made the comment that I thought it was an advantage for Anthony to start that 9th and 10th frame roll-off on the left lane, because I wasn't sure how much longer he was going to last on that left lane because it hooked so much.
Yeah, I know, sitting back here watching the action, I definitely felt like Simonsen had that match wrapped up, getting to go to the good lane, like you said. And, you know, Belmo touched, he didn't quite release it like he wanted, kind of caught a bad break. But it was exciting. I mean, it was thrilling. I loved it, every moment about it. Unfortunately, one of the guys has to lose.
And look, that's actually how it goes in a roll-off, right? You get one moment, one chance to let it go perfectly, and you don't progress through. And Kris stepped up to the plate, wanted it a little more, I think, and executed 2 better shots.
Did you like Anthony on the left lane to start?
I was a little nervous for him. I thought he was too far left. He moved even further left, which created more angle, which I think gave him a little bit more hold in the middle of the lane. And that left lane hooked more down lane, so he had a bit more room to the right. The right lane, I thought he was great on. He had in, he had out. He just needed to throw it perfectly, and he didn't throw it as well as he wanted to.
Coming up next, it's our second semifinal, Bill O'Neill versus Sean Rash. Your thoughts on what you expect from Sean Rash in this one, Kyle?
Sean Rash is feeling very confident. Touching with him in the interview, he's bowled for big money before. You know, he's won $100,000 one time before in his career. He feels very confident. He said he's feeling the nerves a little bit, you know, leading up to this match, here in the crowd, seeing the roll-off in the first match. But I felt nothing but confidence coming from Sean. I think he's been having a sneaky good year this year as well throughout the season. And I look forward. I think it's going to be a great match.
You know Billy O's vibes and look better than most people out there. What have you sensed from him today?
Well, look, he hasn't lost his sense of humor. So
did he ever have one?
Well, he would argue he did. But I think that's probably one of the main telltale signs that he's feeling like himself. He's feeling normal. He hasn't let the occasion get to him. He has a very clear strategy. He knows exactly what he wants to do on the lanes. Feeling confident. Got his wife in the crowd supporting him as well. I think it's going to be a really close match, and we're about to find out how close it's going to be.
Let's take a look at today's Ebonite flashback, and it focuses in on Jason Belmonte and the wonderful 2019 that you have put together already. It's not done yet. In February, he became only the 3rd bowler in history to win 10 major titles. That win over E.J. Tackett at the Tournament of Champions. A month later, took care of Andres Gomez at the Chameleon Championship. Yeah, that was your 20th career title. I know you don't tire of these highlights. Made history winning the PBA World Championship record, 11th major title. And then just for good measure, my friend, you ended the month of April in Japan, winning the DHC PBA Japan Invitational. Pretty good season, my friend. I know you had this planned out from the get-go as well.
Look, I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't care. I'm really enjoying my bowling right now. The ball is coming off my hand phenomenally. All I can hope for is that I continue to work hard, keep getting results like this, because this season has been, you know, filled of milestones. And honestly, I sometimes ask people to slap me. Not you guys right now.
Kyle can.
But I
Kyle,
do,
give him a backhand.
I do ask them to hit me to make sure this is all real life, because it's been a really wild career.
In all honesty, it has been a thrill to be part of this run as well. We've been privileged in the booth to call some of these historic wins, and we look forward to more as the season continues. But we've got another semifinal match coming your way next. Bill O'Neill set to take on Sean Rash.
The winner meets Kris Prather tomorrow live on Fox with $100,000 on the line. It's Rash and O'Neal next live on Fox. Welcome back to Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. Continuing live coverage on Fox Sports of the PBA Playoffs, the inaugural season. And there are just 3 bowlers left. Kris Prather has moved on to tomorrow's title match, 12:30 Eastern, live on Fox. Up next, your 6 vs. 7 seed. Bill O'Neal on the left, Sean Rash on the right. Both of them with 1 tour title this season. O'Neal and Rash, both of them really struggled last season. Wasn't what they envisioned. And I think a lot of people were not writing them off, but they were starting to find the pen and the paper to say, all right, these guys have maybe moved on. And they have come back fighting this season and really been impressive. Yeah, late drop of the 10.
And I think that Sean had more struggles than Bill O'Neal last season, Rob. O'Neal had 4 or 5 sixth-place finishes and was very close to making quite a few telecasts this year, starting off with winning the very first tournament of the year, and that pretty much jump-started him. Sean Rash, he was 1 10-pin whiff away from having 2 titles this year.
Was battling that piriformis muscle injury last season. Well, those pins exploded, but that one a little high.
Well, early on, in first shot there, you could see just how straight it is with strike track. 8.7 at the arrows, 8.6 at the break point, leaving the 4-9.
Air ball. Well, says Bill O'Neal. Starts off our race to 2 points with an open frame. Win the first 2 games, you move on to the title match. If you split these 2 games, we go to a roll-off like we saw in our first semifinal today. Sean now on the left lane. That's what we're used to seeing from him.
Sean Rash had the highest average of all 4 players in the finals at 234 for his 4 games. O'Neal right behind him at 233.
The real deal, Bill O'Neal from Langhorne, PA.
Black Widow pink, his ball of choice. Seen him throw this ball a few times. He used it on the east side of the building to make it to the Final 4. And O'Neal off to a nice start.
Back-to-back opening jacks for Bill O'Neal.
Both players going straighter and faster, so there's a little less load in their arm swings and wrists. So that arm and wrist become a little bit straighter, which flattens out or reduces revolutions and rev rate.
Bill O'Neal in the round of 16 took care of Jesper Svensson in a roll-off. In the round of 8, he swept Wes Malott. Oh, he is just sweeping the racks today. Strike, strike, strike.
That's the start you're looking for when you're trying to win 100K.
Hey, you know who's not here watching Billy O bowl?
Who?
His dad.
Yeah, his dad. His dad's in Vegas.
I love his dad.
Awesome.
Hey, his dad's gonna be making some money of his own in Vegas. Here's Sean Rash up in the 3rd. Oh, are you kidding me?
No comment.
What pin did he just leave, Randy?
No comment.
What pin is that, Randall? I couldn't see. Can you help me out?
I have no idea.
Was that the 7?
I don't
know.
know.
Was it the 9?
Never.
It's something in that vicinity. What pin is that, Randy?
Okay, it's the 8 pin.
Stupid 8 pin. Sean releases and turns his back to the 8-pin like any good pro should. Head on over to PBA.com to check out the latest PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. Popular game, constantly updated with new ball options, venues, competitions, and challenges. Click on the PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game link over at PBA.com to get started today. Is this the one you and I just voiced over not too long ago? No. No? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think Sean bowls better when he's a little agitated, when he's a little angry, when he's got that little chip on his shoulder.
Well, he's still looking for his first break. He left the 4-9 split in the first frame, and then that
hideous 8-pin.
That single pin in the third.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Billy O has dropped the first 4 strikes in this one. Should he roll a perfect game, everyone in America, Randy, can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of our great friends over at Go Bowling. To claim your free game, simply head to gobowling.com and register for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. What a start. O'Neal up 42.
Well, pretty interesting.
Left the 5.
Yeah, the paralyzer 5. It got hit a couple times. It didn't know what to do or which side to fall over on. Watch this.
Bill doesn't know what to make with it. Come on.
What are you kidding me?
Oh, so now you've got balance 5-pin, Mr. Big Shot on national television. That is an injustice. O'Neal and Rash trying to move on to take on Kris Prather in tomorrow's championship match. Prather up on the set with the guys.
Cheers, fellas. Kris, mate, first off, congratulations on the win. It looked like there was a lot of things happening out there. You went through 3 ball changes, some different speed controls. Were these plans that you had in mind, or was it really just thinking on the fly while you were bowling?
Yeah, it was totally on the fly. Everything happened so quick, you know, especially starting in the second frame. Like, I fouled, I got a little aggravated, then my ball motion got worse, and it was just a whole rush of emotions that I had to control, plus my ball motion just kept getting worse, and I had to make all these adjustments.
Real quick, Prather, so you've won your match. Congratulations. You're 1 step closer to 100,000. What's the preparation for tonight going into tomorrow?
Not really changing much of anything. I'm going to go see Portland a little bit with my wife and eat some good seafood.
Sounds good. Well, best of luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Sounds like exactly what you and I did last night.
Yeah, we'll probably do again tonight. But listen, a side note, Prather, after that foul where he left the washout, right? Got to sweep it off, put a full rack up. That was the last time he had missed the pocket.
That was in the second frame of game number 1.
Correct.
Here's Sean Rash's path. Kyle Sherman, Dom Barrett in the round of 8. Sean makes it a triple.
Back in it. Down by 21 now, working on a 3-bagger.
He's got a lot of momentum, but Bill O'Neal's fast start has pushed him to this 21-pin lead. Frame 1, strike. Frame 2, strike. Frame 3, strike. Frame 4, an opening ham bone. O'Neal with the early lead on Rash. Semifinal number 2 underway. Bill O'Neal with a 21-pin cushion through 5.5 frames right now. Again, it's a race to 2. Win the first match, you get a point. Win that second match, you get 2 points. You move on to the title match tomorrow, and $100,000, Randy, for the winner.
To put it in perspective, Kris Prather is in the final match, in the finals for 100 grand. In his career, he's made 180 grand.
And he already, literally to the dollar, he and his wife have figured out where this money is going to go should he win it. Right now, it looks like he's going to see the real deal. Now, Bill O'Neill is just storming through this opening match. It was cool. We talked to Bill yesterday, and he said, you know, already this has been the best season of his career in his mind for a lot of different reasons, right? It's not the numbers, it's not the dollars, it's not the wins, it's the change of environment and overcoming the years of struggle, having to reinvent himself a little bit, the pride he had in winning the season opening Hall of Fame Classic in Texas, and the way he has to do it nowadays. And then he told us, walking into the building yesterday with the Fox Sports signs everywhere, and the vibe that was created here on the west side of Bayside Bowl. As he continues that momentum, he's like, man, this is cherry on top of the Sunday type stuff right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to add. You covered it all, but I think the big word for me is reinvent. He's had to figure out how to beat all the high rev guys with just being kind of a medium rev rate type of player, and he's done it with tricking the ball up with release, rotation, and ball speed.
Sean Rash, 13 tour titles, 2 majors, gets another strike. Again, the struggles for Sean early on in this match. Had that open frame in the first and 9 spare in the third. Since then, nothing but strikes. Take a look at our track technique. Focuses in on Sean.
Yeah, and Sean recently added a step to his game a couple of years ago, so now he's a 5-stepper, but you can see how fast and how hard he's thrown it. And what Sean Rash does is he starts to get just a bit higher with that backswing to allow him to throw it faster. And then watch the wrist uncup at the bottom. You can see just how flat-wristed he is when he lets go of it. That helps him to keep it on line and throw it straighter.
Here he is live in the 8th. Another strike.
11-pin match now.
5 in a row. Sean's dad watching this one. His mom is here as well. Jean and Diana. By the way, his wife Sarah and their 2 kids, Kaylee and Olivia, here as well. Boy, how cute is that, Olivia? Oh my goodness.
I didn't see her.
Oh, I saw her today. I was trying to feed her Cheerios. She was amused by me, as is much of the bowling community.
I was going to say, as no small children.
Exactly. Oh, really? Really, 10-pin?
We have a little change in venue now. So Bill O'Neill could have struck out to shoot 279. Max score for Sean Rash is 258. But now, with that 10-pin, if O'Neill converts, we could have the possibility of a tie in game 1.
I love when you tease me with the tie. O'Neill does pick that one up. Remains clean.
Now, this fast start that O'Neill got off to, and we were already gift wrapping him game 1. If he doesn't strike here in the 9th frame, Sean Rash can strike out and grab game 1 right out from underneath Bill O'Neill.
Got that 10th career tour title at the start of this season. Those 10 titles make you PBA Hall of Fame eligible.
Yep, and that one major certainly doesn't hurt either. But
is he Hall of Fame material for you?
Absolutely.
Ditto Sean Rash. Back on the strike train.
That was big, and that sets up his 10th frame, so now he can't be shut out. See the rotation and keeping it online and nice and tight to the pocket.
Oh! A couple pins vying to drop the 10.
Rash in trouble now. And keep in mind, folks, these lanes were re-oiled for this match. After the Prather Simonsen match, the lanes were stripped and re-oiled, so O'Neill and Rash got a fresh pair of lanes.
Missed it. That is his 2nd open frame. Missing spares in the 1st and here in the 9th.
Well, the first frame was a split. There was a 4-9 split, but let's take a look and go back to Lubbock in January, where Sean Rash missed the 10-pin. Richie Allen, now known as Dick Allen, steps up in the 10th frame and steals the title away.
You saw the look, the smirk from our good friend Sean Rash. He just saw that replay. It's like saying, you guys had to do it, huh? You had to show that replay of the 10-pin miss. Just like we saw in our opening semifinal, these odd shifts of momentum. The back and forth.
Yeah.
And we saw it here as well. Strong start from O'Neal. Sean catching up, and then with that error, and now it's essentially his. But again, it's a race to 2 points, and Sean's got the next game, which is now must win for him.
It's not something you want to be known for. And as it continually perpetuates itself, what are they chanting?
I'm trying to figure it out. Did they say ball change?
Yeah.
So they're chanting ball. God bless this crowd, huh? They're chanting ball change.
Yeah.
Never in my life did I think a crowd would be chanting ball change.
Getting back to this spare issue, though.
Yeah.
It cost him a title in Lubbock, Texas, where he missed that, giving Dick Allen a chance to strike out to win. Dick Allen steps up, strikes out, wins. It's going to cost him game. It may not have cost him game one. However, it certainly didn't help his cause any.
It cost him some mental capacity and confidence.
How can it not? How can it not at some point get in your head and go, man, what are you doing?
Yeah. So Sean loses the opening game. Bill O'Neal takes the first point. Game number 2 next. Billy O, 1 win away from a shot at $100 grand. Welcome back to Portland, our continuing live coverage of the PBA Playoffs. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, Kyle Troop, Jason Belmonte with you. Bill O'Neal just took the opening game, opening ham bone and a closing ham bone. 10 total strikes for the 44-pin win. That 258 is the high score here in the semifinals.
Yeah, both players' playing lanes fairly similar. You can see O'Neal's arcing it just a little bit as his placement at the arrows is a couple left of Sean Rash. But the big difference for me is this right here. It's the ball speed, because rev rate's about the same. Sean Rash has to throw it faster just to keep the ball on that straighter path.
Rash will bat lead off here in our second game. Must win this one, must earn this point to force a 2-frame roll-off, which we saw in our opening semifinal, which was eventually won by Kris Prather. Sean started game number 1 with an open frame 8. Much stronger start here in game number 2. Pair of matching strikes to start this one off. Interesting, both of these guys, Randy, bowled collegiately. Bill at Saginaw Valley State, Sean Rash at Wichita State. Both of them longtime members of Team USA. Both of them entered their professional careers in the year 2005. Bill O'Neal was your Rookie of the Year that year. And talking to them, it was interesting, you know, because to you and I think it felt like pretty similar career paths. Sean felt not quite the same way.
Well, O'Neal won Rookie of the Year that same year that Sean Rash won a tournament.
Back-to-back opening jacks for Billy O.
The big difference, though, was that Bill O'Neal had a full-time exemption, and he got that through Q School, through the tour trials. Sean Rash, however, did not. And so he was bowling PTQ's pre-tournament qualifiers every week.
That's a grind.
Absolutely, I've been there early and late in my career. And since Sean wouldn't always make it out of the pre-tournament qualifiers, he didn't even get a chance to bowl all of the tournaments. Thus, the Rookie of the Year award goes to Bill O'Neill, who had the better season.
Sean with 3 more tour titles and 1 more major win. And he was talking about, everybody keeps talking about this $100,000 payday that's looming out there. And he said, look, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Took that paycheck at the 2007 Masters at Miller Park in Milwaukee. An event historic because why?
It was your very first show.
No, it was
our very first show on the PBA Tour.
There's his wife, Sarah. Oh, the headset. See, that's just good parenting there by Sarah. Olivia, who was born in August of last year. She's about 10 months old. She's got the headgear on, watching Daddy Bowl. For both through 3.
Well, this dog will hunt. Head pin to the sidewall, into the 10, go to the blue tent.
I love me some Messenger. How about the 2 wives sitting together? There's Kris O'Neill on the left, Sarah Rash there on the right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome until they get into a physical altercation.
that will not happen.
Then it's not awesome.
Those 2 ladies are far too classy for that.
No! O'Neill's feeling it. 1 win away from advancing to the finals in $100K. $100,000. Messenger, and then he backs it up with the love tap from the 6 into the 10.
Time to keep those emotions in check. Not easy in this environment. Rash working on a 3-bagger. Are you kidding me? What pin was that, Randy? I couldn't get a good look at it. My view was obstructed. What pin was that? Is it? It wasn't the 3. It wasn't the 7. That's definitely not the 9. I'm sorry. I have so much joy in your misery. Did you hear the crowd, what they were chanting?
I heard.
They are chanting your name tonight on Fox. Baseball's biggest rivalry heats up. It's the Yankees. We're in Red Sox country here, oh, by the way. Others will see the Cubs take on the Cardinals or Angels, Mariners. It all starts 7 Eastern. Check your local listing for the game in your area. I saw the 8-pin twice today.
On the same lane for Rash.
Unreal. Back on the strike train with vengeance is Rash. Must-win game for him as he stares down the rack.
He was staring at me.
Oh,
because he left another 8-pin. It's so crazy how it's happened twice to him in 2 games, both on the same lane. Just unreal. O'Neill's got it going. He's getting the carry. He's getting the breaks. He's making the shots.
Stop. Hammer time. 5 in a row for Billy O. According to my math, he can now max out at a, hold on, let me finish the math. He can max out at a 300.
Neither player, a game and a half, has missed the pocket. 4-9 split in game 1 for Rash. Missed the 10-pin. Billy O, he just left a 5-pin and a 10-pin.
Oh! Hey, Randy, you thirsty?
I am.
Crack open that six-pack.
He's worked harder than anyone to get back to this point, Rob. He had to reinvent himself. He had to change the way he throws the bowling ball. He had to change everything about his physical game. And right now, he's halfway to perfection.
PBA on Fox is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Welcome back to beautiful Portland, Maine. First of 2 days of live coverage here on Fox Sports, the PBA Playoffs. We're back here with you 12:30 Eastern tomorrow for our championship match. Bill O'Neill is now just a couple frames away from getting himself in that title match. Sean Rash, though, trying to fight his way back, down 31 pins. That's how you do it, kid. That's how you do it, Sean.
I was just thinking one thing when that ball was going down the lane. Don't you dare.
8-pin, don't you dare.
Both players have not missed the pocket for their entire match. Slides the 10 over and far enough to make it fall. But Rash taking a 20-second timeout to clear something out of his eye.
That's sitting right by Sean is his dad, his father-in-law. They're sitting right on that bench by him.
Yeah.
Wife.
It's a lot of pressure.
Kid in the crowd. Yep. And then this crowd. I mean, how awesome has this environment, this venue been for bowling? Not only today, but through the years.
Well, it's been incredible.
Yeah, late drop of the 10. So that's his second three-bagger here in this pivotal second match. Again, it's a game Sean Rash must win to force that two-frame roll-off. Otherwise, Bill O'Neill is off to tomorrow's title game to take on Kris Prather. There's Dad on the left, his father-in-law on the right. Sean now takes a seat. Ladies and the sashes in the background. Great sash game today in Portland. Bill O'Neill, perfect through 6. 7 in a row! 7 in a row.
Hey, 17 of 19 for the day is Bill O'Neill. Who's got his eyes on the prize? That man right there.
That kid does, man. We are unabashed big fans of the 37-year-old Bill O'Neill. How happy were we when we won the opening tournament of the season, the PBA Hall of Fame Classic in Arlington?
Well,
had that great run at the World Series of Bowling.
The only player to ever to make all events, match play in every event at the World Series of Bowling, as it's so difficult for me to get English out right now. I'm so jacked. That needs to curve.
Yeah! It does! Late drop of the 7. We're still perfect.
But it's been a great story about Bill O'Neill all season long. Recent loss of his mother. The comeback kid is 2 frames away, 4 strikes away from perfection.
And oh, by the way, Sean Rash can still max out at 279. 4 in a row for Rash. He's not going anywhere.
Well, Sean knows that if he strikes out, he shoots 279. O'Neill needs to go 9 spare in the 9th, and we could have a tie. But O'Neill is eyeing one thing and one thing only, and that's punching his ticket to the finals against Kris Prather for $100 grand tomorrow.
Rash trying to stay alive here in our second game. Another strike.
It's not over yet, Rob.
No chance. No chance of that.
I mean, it doesn't look great for the Rash camp, but it's not over. Now, O'Neal, strike in the 9th, strike in the 10th. It's over.
We've only had one spare this match. It came from Rash in the 4th. You're watching perfection right now. You are witnessing potentially history here. 9 straight strikes. Keep it cool, Billy. Keep it cool, kid. Come on, one good one. Stay down.
Feel-good story of the year for me, Bill O'Neal, and what he's done.
And we've seen a lot of them.
Yep.
But you're right. I think this one tops it.
Strike to the finals.
The Bojack! Perfect through 10. He moves on. But that's not the end of this story. No way.
We've had nothing but history all season long on Fox. Can Bill O'Neal add to that? 2 more. It's a perfect 300 game. The only thing we have not had this season. Listen to that chant. Real deal, Bill O'Neal.
Show from Billy O. And guess who denied him a perfect game?
Your buddy.
Everybody's worst friend, the 10-pin. Sean Rash cheering for him as well. Oh. Look, I wanted it, man. I wanted it for him. I wanted it for bowling. I wanted it for Fox. We still got a hell of a show. My goodness, a 289. Billy O moves on to tomorrow's title. Pen to paper, our title match is set. Prather, O'Neal, 12:30 tomorrow here on Fox. $100,000 on the line as Sean Rash continues to roll out.
What a match.
Where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Probably on the bottom? You left me for the bottom?
Wow.
All right.
Sean Rash going with a 266. I mean, that's the second highest game of the semifinals, and it's in a losing effort. You take a look at your hammer tough spare replay. The Billy O is the story at 289.
One more. See you tomorrow at noon.
Kimberly Pressler with Bill O'Neal.
Bill, do you hear these chants? It is all for you. What a match. You almost had a perfect game, but you didn't get it. But you know what you did get? You punched a ticket to the finals tomorrow. What do you think of that?
You know, it's a whirlwind. Everything happened so quick. I was really fortunate in this match. Sean bowled unbelievable. Hats off to him. He bowled great. The reason why I'm standing here and he's not is I caught more breaks than he did. But I bowled pretty good too, and I took advantage of those breaks, and that's what the game's all about.
Now you're heading into the finals tomorrow. You think you're going to be able to continue this right here?
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to bowl another match now. The heart rate's going a little bit, so I'm going to, get a nice night's sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, congratulations on your win.
All right, Kimberly, thank you for more on this extraordinary performance. Let's go to the 2 pros that have joined us today and tomorrow as well. Kyle Troop and Billy's good friend, Jason Belmonte. Boys.
Yeah, look, I mean, Billy just said it all right there. He bowled amazing, but caught every single break that he possibly could. And that's a part of the game. don't take anything away from Sean Rash. That was probably his best performance in that second game. That may have been his best performance I've ever seen him play. And unfortunately for him, he just came up against a guy that had a little luck on his side.
And what an exciting finish to a great day. You know, they're chasing the 100,000. You can see it right there. And Bill making some great shots down the stretch. Fortunately, didn't get the 300, but we couldn't ask for a more exciting finish for today.
No, I'm almost sure we need to check the facility here and make sure the roof is still intact. It was electrifying out there. The bowlers put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. And now it's really set the stage for one of the most incredible finals coming up. Prather versus O'Neill.
The inaugural PBA Playoffs. Pretty good odds it's going to be back next year. I don't think this is a one and done.
Yeah,
my
man.
friend.
Wow. What a couple of amazing semifinal matches. Prather going up against O'Neill tomorrow. Both players are very similar in their tactics and how they like to play the lanes and how they'll attack tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing show.
How fun was that today?
Yeah, it's great.
And we get to do it again tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern on Fox. I think I might have started to lose my voice a little bit on that Billy O run to perfection. There he is with his wife, so close, almost had a 300 game here on Fox, but he took care of the task at hand, as did Kris Prather, took care of Anthony Simonsen in our first semifinal. It went to a 2-ball roll-off. Prather able to advance over Simonsen 49-40, so he moved on to tomorrow's final, where he will take on the real deal, Bill O'Neill, a 258 and then a 289. O'Neill, Prather, tomorrow, 12:30 here on Fox for $100 grand.